What's good, guys? It's B-Man the Champ here with my Elimination Chamber predictions. It hasn't been too long since the last video, actually. It's only been, what, 2-3 weeks? Here with my boy Troublemaker once again.
Yo, whoop, whoop.
He was, of course, graciously decided to help me film this because I wasn't sure if I was doing a ride-along with B-Scout or not. But it turns out I am, so you'll be seeing my predictions over there as well. If there's any crossover. I don't even know if there's any crossover, but anyway. That's not a big deal. So, Elimination Chamber. And again, second pay-per-view in a row of only 4 matches on the whole card.
What are they doing?
That's what I'd like to know. Jeez, I'm cripes. Why don't we start with the women's chamber? We have Becky Lynch versus Raquel Rodriguez, Naomi, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and shoot, I can't remember the 6th one.
Wait, Raquel's in it?
Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, she I guess she didn't see it. She came back on Raw.
Oh yeah, I know.
She won the Last Chance Battle Royal. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton was the one I was forgetting.
Okay.
Basically the winner will get a shot at the Women's World Champion at WrestleMania. Trouble, what are your thoughts?
Whoa. Well, welcome back, Raquel, first of all.
Yeah.
With the other contestants, I feel like majority of them have some solid storylines. Or they could build some if they don't have some. But what I would like to go with this, I guess, is I think it'd be really cool just to see Tiffany Stratton just kind of come in and take that. I know that it's Becky Lynch's first Elimination Chamber, which is mind-blowing.
I don't. Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. No?
Maybe, I can't remember. I didn't watch her promo.
Okay, that's what I thought she said, but for some reason I didn't even think that was like historically accurate. But you know, it might be. But at the end of the day, I think the person that has the most to gain is Tiffany Stratton, and so it would be really cool just to propel her up there. Even if she gets the shot, goes into Mania and does not win, I feel like it's still going to be a heavy storyline. She's going to be doing good duty.
That's another thing I want to talk about later on too, about WrestleMania in general and the titles and everything. But we'll get to that later. I think it's good. Excuse me. It's gonna be Becky Lynch because I mean, otherwise, what was that whole thing at the WrestleMania press conference for? If not to set up for a showdown between the two of them at WrestleMania. You can make a case for a lot of the other women, like Liv Morgan. You can make it because she's had history with Rhea Ripley as well. But at the end of the day, I think it's gonna be Becky Lynch. She's gonna go on to WrestleMania to face the Women's World Champion, which little spoiler, I don't think the title's gonna be changing hands. But anyway, let's worry about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Judgment Day versus Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, otherwise known as New Catch Republic. I don't know what was wrong with their old name, British Strong Style, but I guess maybe it's like a copyright thing or something. I don't know. I don't. You know what's weird about this is they had a match with DIY. That is Bate and Dunne to determine the #1 contenders, and Bate and Dunne won that match. But my question is why? Because DIY has had a lot more history with Judgment Day, and they're on the same. I know it doesn't have to be on the same brand, but they have a lot more history. They have a lot more interaction with Judgment Day. So why it wasn't them instead, I don't know. Because Bate and Dunne, I don't think they've interacted with Judgment Day at all since either of them have been on the main roster. So I don't see Judgment Day losing here. I honestly don't. So I'm gonna say they're gonna win. That could be the surprise of the night. Maybe Bate and Dunne win the titles, but I don't think there's any storyline reason for them to. So what do you think?
Man, I'm not trying to sound, mean or anything, but when I put it down in perspective, yeah, like Judgment Day, they obviously have a lot more going for them as far as popularity, merch sales, this, that, and the third.
You take our truth for that.
Yeah. Oh my golly. But so what I'm getting at is, if they lose, they still won't lose all that stuff because like they still kind of roll as a unit, as a group. But I just don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like their opponents are really tough. So, like if they, how do I put this? They might come so close to losing that they might just get themselves disqualified.
They tried so hard and they came so far, but at the end it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, like, I could see them losing to set up for something which I'm going to get to later on. Judgment Day, that is. But as I said, we'll get to that after. So now we're going to get to what could be the main event. Not really sure because it's her hometown. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. Now, apparently, I didn't know this. Nia Jax was also born in Australia.
Oh.
Like, even though she's like Samoan, she's like one of The Rock's cousins or whatever. But she was born in Australia. That's what I heard. Anyway, I don't know how true it is. Yeah, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Honestly, I'm pretty sure Rhea's going to retain here and go on to WrestleMania to face, like I said, Becky Lynch. What do you think?
I would hope that Rhea retains.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about me saying that. I want Nia to have a run, but you just can't put all this potential and credibility on Rhea and then have her lose the pay-per-view before Mania.
Yeah, you have a point there, but at the same time, Becky and Nia do have heat with each. Well, not real life heat, I would assume, but like on screen, they have a history. So there's a possibility it could be a triple threat match with Nia, Rhea, and Becky as well. But yeah, I don't see Rhea losing her title here.
Okay.
And here we come to the main event. What should be the main event, I don't know for sure, but it most likely will be the men's Elimination Chamber to face the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. We have Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, Logan Paul, LA Knight, yeah. I said Lashley. Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. Who do you think?
Man, this is a tough one.
I think this is honestly the most stacked Elimination Chamber we've had in a long time, like star power wise.
Yeah. Okay. Where would I take this? I have. Okay, gosh, this is gonna sound so. My gut feeling saying Logan Paul. And then if he doesn't come out like more like statistic storyline wise, I guess. There was not Lashley. Who was the last person? Not Kevin Owens.
Drew McIntyre?
Yes. Drew McIntyre, because he's technically my pick for almost everything. So.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to bet against him. I love the stuff he's been doing lately. There's this funny backstage clip on YouTube where he was wearing that shirt he was wearing about him like posing with the peace sign up against a tombstone, like CM Punk's career or whatever.
Yeah.
He was wearing that shirt, and Adam Pearce fined him for it, right? So backstage, he was walking around, Pearce saw him wearing it again, and then Drew's like, you know what, you're right. You said I said I wouldn't wear it again around here, so I'm gonna take it off just for you. And Pearce was like, great. So he takes it off, and he's got another shirt like it right underneath it, and he goes to Pearce. He's like, ha, and he walks away.
That's too unbelievable.
He's such a shit, and I love it. So fucking funny. Not to mention he's being a lot more heelish now, because I don't know if you saw on Raw, he actually took the Bloodline's help to win a match against Cody Rhodes. And he tried to explain it away by saying, like, oh yeah, the old Drew McIntyre would have kicked Bloodline's ass, but right now I'm focusing on the bigger picture, and that's getting wins. That's being strong, being powerful, you know?
Yes.
So I like that. That was actually really good. That was a good promo. I gotta go McIntyre personally myself. Sorry, did you pick McIntyre too? Yeah.
I did. Okay, so McIntyre is the pick in my heart, but for logic reasons that I cannot explain, I'm gonna assume Logan Paul's gonna win those.
I don't know. I think they're gonna set up for Logan Paul versus either LA Knight, Owens, or perhaps the both of them at WrestleMania for the U.S. title.
You know, because who did Logan Paul beat again to get in this?
He beat The Miz.
Miz, okay. Now that's the thing. Miz, like, that was one of the, I remember that match now. That match just kept going and going, and it really pushed Logan Paul to his limits, which is really good.
Yeah, like I said this before, I'm sure, but I hate to, as much as I hate to admit it, Logan Paul is good in the ring. I just wish he wasn't such a dipshit in real life.
Now, if they go that route, in my head, I'm gonna assume that this is the WrestleMania that they're just gonna use it for the clout, because this is a very important year for WWE. It's the last year they're gonna technically be on cable television.
Oh, don't remind me.
So I guess they got to do as much shock value stuff as possible. And like the route they've been currently going with all this, like ever since the UFC agreement, because now UFC, WWE, they're like one company, right?
Yeah. They're under one company anyway.
Sorry, yeah, they're under one company. I just kind of feel like, and I've noticed that they're moving in a much more extreme fashion, and it's been a slow burn, but they what was it? I think someone said this is going to be like the craziest WrestleMania yet you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're gonna pull that off. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of bloodshed at WrestleMania.
Possibly.
Things that we haven't seen in a while.
Speaking of WrestleMania, actually, I was gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna probably bring it up tomorrow on B-Scat's video, because I feel like it's gonna take a while for me to talk about it. But one thing I wanted to add is there's also a talk show segment, the Grayson Waller Effect, scheduled for that pay-per-view with special guests Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of prediction booking here. What if, whether or not Judgment Day loses the tag team titles or not, what if, because if you saw on SmackDown, Paul Heyman was talking to Grayson Waller. So what if they're setting up for an ambush on Rhodes and Rollins, and that sets up for a Damian Priest cash-in? Now, follow me here. If that does happen, now we're probably gonna get heel versus heel, because McIntyre's probably gonna win the Chamber match, right? But wait, what have they been doing the last few weeks? They've been focusing a lot on Sami Zayn and his desire to go to WrestleMania and to become world champion. So what if they find a way for Zayn to make it into that Priest McIntyre match, a la WrestleMania 30, and he wins the world championship at WrestleMania?
Who? Sami Zayn?
Yeah, Sami Zayn.
That would be a left turn I did not see coming. Now, like last year, Zayn and Owens, like they ended up doing the unthinkable, and they
won the tag titles. And in my opinion, they should have split the titles then, but whatever.
So that's quote unquote, that's something that they had under their belts.
Yeah.
But I kind of think, let's see, see, I feel like a lot of wrestlers are owed a lot for their contribution to what they've given in the last little while, and it's just really hard to do it because it's so hard to keep one person in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried so much stuff for shock value and stuff, and there's been a curse, there's been a return curse and shit. CM Punk again injured, whatever.
Shotzi got injured too.
Yeah, which out of the blue.
And I think somebody else who literally just returned got injured again. I think. I forget who it was, but yeah.
So with that said, if that happens, congratulations to him. That's so left field. What I kind of think is the end of WrestleMania will actually end with Damian Priest cashing in.
Yeah, everybody seems to think that's the way they're going to go, and honestly, that wouldn't surprise me either. I just think that with the way they've been going with Sami Zayn, they've been focusing a lot on him and him wanting to get to WrestleMania, right? Him specifically, like not many other people. Last few weeks, you see him talking about he was in the stands, and you have Jackie Redmond. He was chatting with her about going to WrestleMania and stuff, wanting to become a champion. So that's why I thought in my mind, what if Priest cashes in on Rollins because Rollins isn't ready to be back by WrestleMania with his injury, so they call an audible. If Priest cash in on Rollins at the Chamber, it leads to everybody thinks it's going to lead to Priest versus McIntyre, which is heel versus heel. But then Sami Zayn finds his way into the match, making a triple threat, and he wins the title there. That's what I'm thinking. But there's one problem with that. If you recall last year, they had a really good feel-good moment on night one of WrestleMania with Sami and Kevin winning the tag titles. But they had the chance to do that the second night with Cody finally finishing his story, and they didn't do it. So my question is that going to be the same thing this year if that's the route they go? They could either have Sami win the world title, or they can have Cody finally finish his story and beat Roman to become WWE champion.
Question: is Damien's briefcase for either belt?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I think Damien could be the biggest dick and just dethrone. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think Cody's winning. I feel like Damien could literally come in right after and do that. Because didn't Roman Reigns do that one time? Didn't he cash in at a WrestleMania?
Roman got cashed in on by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't do the cashing in. Yeah, he hasn't been Mr. Money in the Bank. So yeah, that's just a thought I had in my mind. 'Cause I don't see it happening, but that'd be a pretty cool story to tell. Sami, and then he overcomes the odds of two giant. Because look at McIntyre, look at Priest. They're both at least 6'5", both a good solid 250 pounds at least. Drew's I think 275. So it is kind of like Batista and Orton and Bryan all over again in WrestleMania 30. That's just what I'm thinking. I don't think it's actually going to happen, but it could.
I don't think Sami's gonna be lined up for a championship.
No,
like not the world championship.
Well, there's always talk he could be facing Gunther instead.
Yeah. See, that's a little bit more of a potential possibility. But even Gunther, I don't think he's gonna be losing that belt. That's the thing, because now they have a countdown on Gunther. Plus, Gunther is an insane athlete.
Oh, without a doubt.
So,
you see that title match on Raw?
Yeah.
That was insane. That was a good match. I was actually believing for a second Jay might actually win, but then I was like, nah, Jimmy's going to interfere. He's going to cost his brother the match. Just watch.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that was...
As soon as they said that the bloodline was banned from the building, I'm like, nope, they're going to be back.
Yeah, no. So that's the thing, man. I know that Sami Zayn has played quite interesting roles in the last little few years of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was also involved with some Logan Paul beef at one point.
Yeah, WrestleMania 37 that was.
But in regards to this, if it happens, good on him. But I don't see it happening.
No, I tend to agree with you, but at the same time, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it does actually happen.
What I like about what we're doing is being able to, conspiracize. I just made a word up.
It's a conspiracy.
C-O-N. Conspiracy. And so I just think, it's fun to have these conversations because we think we know the product so well, and for the most part, long-term viewers we do, but they can always throw us a curveball. And
I mean, look who won the last predictions contest 4 in a row.
Yeah, see, there's that. And then on top of that, sometimes they could definitely just be watching. They could have writers be watching videos like ours, in order to gauge an understanding of what the fans might be thinking, and they might write it in. Or they might make it look like they're writing it in, and then have something happen. So everything is like magical, but our predictions are our predictions, and they're now in the books.
Yeah, locking it in. So this seems like a perfect place to end off here. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks again, Trouble, for helping me do this.
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you again. On B-Scat's channel, probably anyway. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.